I'm listening. What do you come to me with?
Ever play Gwent?
I do. And what's more, I usually win. If you've a deck, sit down. Outplay me, and I'll give you one of my unique cards. How's that for enticement?
Did you save before this?
Yeah,
Let's lay him
Okay.
down.
always. I should be maybe fine. I would like to pick up some more unique cards along the way. Let's see. I think we need decoy. I guess let's just start game. Let's
Okay,
see how
so
this
we
goes.
go first.
I go first.
So what units do you have? Ranged, 1 trebuchet, and some soldiers.
Let's
no,
just-
a lot of trebuchets actually.
I've got
Ballista, trebuchet.
yeah, I've got a
catapult.
couple of siege weapons.
That's what you call them, siege weapons.
I'm just gonna put down the catapult.
Playing hard early.
Oh, that's redraw.
Uh-oh. Well, hey, you got the horn, right?
Yeah,
The horn is an awesome card.
the horn is the best card. Okay, that's clear weather, and that's torrential rain.
Well, okay, so the rain
All siege cards.
lessens siege cards.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to my siege cards until the next round.
So are you going to play sort of a middling thing?
Oh,
yeah.
I goofed, but yeah, I'll play mid lane. We'll see what he plays.
Ah.
That's a good sign.
So if you can... Let's
Bait-
see what he continues to play with. Oh.
Let's see.
So are you going to continue to play other units?
Yeah, kind of. I'm hoping I can bait him out into dropping more.
That's interesting. He's
Doesn't
mirroring
look
you.
like it.
Okay. Yeah, look, he's mirroring you practically.
Kinda, yeah.
But you have a 6 that he doesn't have.
I've also got the horn if I need it.
Wait, what did he do? Did he just play a card on your side? Is it a spy?
He did. What's this guy?
Place your on your opponent's battlefield, count towards the opponent's total, and draw 2 cards from your deck. Ah, so he gave you a couple more points to put his own card on your side.
Alright.
Really? You were gonna do that before you could even see what he'd play?
I can't do
You
anything
can't pass
else.
unless... Wait, he's putting more on your side to draw more cards?
I guess so. Well, I'm passing because I can't do anything else without wrecking my strategy.
He put that on your side? Is this so that he keeps drawing cards? And now he's frozen all of them. And he discarded that card? Oh my, look at that. Yeah, he's gonna win this round.
Yeah.
Are all of his cards based around drawing
Giving
cards?
me cards and then drawing more.
That's
So
terrible.
I'm just gonna
You're
forfeit
not
this one.
complete shite, but you really should work on your technique. Stop by again sometime. We'll play another round.
Okay, so I need to go get more
you need
Gwent
to get
cards.
you need to get better cards.
Oh. Nice part is, I believe the card merchant that I modded in is here.
You modded in a card merchant?
Yeah, so I don't have to go, like, hunting for stuff. The Baron strategy is the best strategy, by the way. Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, especially if all of the cards that he gives you
Spot a cider for you?
are from a particular row,
Like to
and then
take a
he
look.
places a weather card that then nullifies all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, my main problem there was
Farewell.
I'd screwed up. I'm still not quite used to starting, so I was supposed to redraw, but I didn't / couldn't. Okay, so wasn't this merchant?
Well, also you redrew one of your better cards.
Well, yeah, I got rid of my catapults, and I'd messed up.
Buy in or just
Is it one of these guys?
Show me what you've got up.
There's a merchant that I ran into earlier that had, like, every Gwent card, but I don't remember where he is.
Every Gwent card?
Every Gwent card. Except for maybe the uniques. Hold up. What? Invisible merchant. Okay, so it wasn't here. See, I thought it was over in here. Unless it wasn't there, I just had to wander around a little bit. I don't remember. I guess I could look it up real quick, so I don't wander too much. Because otherwise, this will just take a while trying to find a dude that I could just know where he is. Otherwise, we could just go around playing a lot of people in Gwent and presumably earning cards. Which isn't a bad idea either, but I'd almost prefer to play the, like, Gwent TCG separate instead of spending a lot of time on it.
I'm drinking a tea drink, kombucha, but it's... I'll read off some of the ingredients. So it's tea of 2 varieties, black and green tea, with kiwi juice. And then there's blue-green algae in it. Blue-green algae. So it's weird because it's sweet, and it just, when you smell it, it kind of smells like a pond. Eh?
Oh, I was right.
About where your merchant was supposed to
The
be?
guy is in here. It's in Crow's Perch. We just have to find the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Most random merchant shops don't show up on the map. So, it must be the merchant off near the actual...
Castle.
Yeah.
So you're that way, raise tribute for him.
But yeah, so my assumption is what we want to do is just get, I mean, obviously as many cards as we can. Spies are apparently very good, as we just learned, so we might want to mess around with that. That's it. Soupy. Yeah, everybody's spitting around
I
here.
know! Oh,
Every single
Everyone.
person!
See a gander.
Show me what you got.
Man,
Okay,
I
here
would
we
love
go.
a mod that prevents anyone from spitting. Do you have that? Okay, I want to see what these... Now that's interesting. So, do you want to continue with Northern decks, or do you want to play
Considering we
Guardian
don't
or
have
Monster?
that much money right now,
What's Monster look like?
we saw a monster deck earlier.
Really?
Yeah. That one random dude wearing just an apron was using nothing but monsters.
Wait, did you... Okay.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna sell the entirety of the Nilfgaardian set. We know where to get more of it. Okay. I'm just grabbing some more money while we're here. Oh boy. Dried fruit.
I mean, can we just take a look at the cards so that you know what to put your money into?
Oh. I seem to have fixed my food and drink durations, maybe. And qualities. Anyway, can we look at the what? The cards?
Can we look at the cards prior to purchasing any of them so we know
Yeah,
specifically what we
obviously.
want?
I just wanted to get rid of...
I just was worried that you might purchase half of them and find out that you've run out of money when you should have bought
Well, which is
other
why I'm
ones.
currently making as much money as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
By selling all this stuff that I've got sitting around. Oh. That stuff is actually good. We want anything for below 8. Out of my inventory. Like raw meat. Okay.
What games are there that have the raw meat rot in your bag?
Lots of games, honestly.
Where you have to dry them
I know
in order to preserve them.
most survival games really have that.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do such a thing? Stop. Organize the blanket better instead of pulling it off of me. Okay, there we go. Shell is just like slowly pulling the blanket off of me because it's
People are talking about
wrapped
the
around your feet.
contradictions about mods. Well, what was the mod that I had suggested?
Unsure? I've forgotten. Let's see.
Oh, the no spitting one.
Oh.
You're right. Well, because that's not something that's game breaking. That doesn't affect the play at all. Oh, for instance, Wander found a mod that gave people panties when they're supposed to be butt naked.
Yeah, so at some point, I didn't install it for today, but we can get a...
I don't want to see any more naked women.
I mean, I think we
Because
could...
they're all trying to seduce
Yeah.
Geralt, and I just don't like it. No.
So
No.
I realize I pretty much know your opinion on the matter, but what is more uncomfortable to randomly see in a game? Naked woman? Naked man?
I mean, it's okay. So hear me out. Whenever you see in media a naked man, typically it is used for comedy, or it's to it's actually for, I think, almost exclusively comedy now that I think about it. Because either it's them being completely comfortable with their nakedness, like stepping out of a bathtub and you see their buttocks or something and someone else blushes and turns away like, oh my. You know, that's kind of secondhand embarrassment and comedy right there. Or some dude is sitting on a toilet and gets eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, granted, that wasn't really nudity, but you can imagine a similar situation in this game where you see some guy running out of the woods and you see his bare buttocks, and lo and behold, he was trying to take a dump out in the forest and is running away from a monster that, you know, sees him as easy prey. Like, I very, very rarely see instances. I mean, I suppose in Geralt's case, he can be, you know, lying in a bathtub and sexy in that manner, I suppose. But usually they focus on a man's, like, bare chest and abs for those scenes. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and obviously they don't show, you know, dicks. They don't. But with women, they like to pan around the butt and like side boob and like full on breasts, and it's almost always a seductive situation where they're trying to entice someone or someone's spying on them, or do you know what I mean? It's about context.
Yeah, fair.
Like, it just, yeah, like people are saying in chat, it's always objectification, it seems, when it's women.
I guess I'm pulling this from when we were in ranged combat. When we were in drawing class back in the day,
It was definitely more awkward drawing men, though.
yeah, like, if you boil it all down, I generally prefer seeing a lady over a dude.
But if you think about it, also, most of the women tended to be slim and fit, whereas a lot of the guys that we had as models
Tended
were
to be
overweight.
less so, yeah.
And, like, there was this one, I mean, sorry, not to say that, but what I meant was, like, rolls of stuff everywhere. So, it was interesting because in our drawing class, we would be drawing women with, you know, their muscles were showing through. And you could actually, you know, figure out anatomy and muscle definition and stuff. With the guys, though, less so.
Hmm. Oh, Scoia'tael are all pretty agile. I don't actually know if that's that good.
I actually really felt bad for that one male model who was one of the thinner and muscular ones. Do you remember how it was a couple years into the program? We would typically get the same models every so often. But one year he came back and he had burns over half his body.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
I felt so bad for him. And I wondered what had happened, but I wasn't gonna ask or mention it. I mean, for the most part, I don't think students ever verbally spoke with or interacted with the models at all.
Come back later. Faction. Oh, monsters. How much money do I have? How many cards does this guy have? Not much. So we might want to come back. I'm really surprised that this is how many monsters there are in this game. Let's see, are these? These are here. Oh. Whoops. Oh, I shouldn't buy these. These are special cards. I think?
Oh, people in chat are arguing about nakedness in media. Well, it's just one of those things where, as I was saying, a lot of it is context. And unfortunately, it just seems like it's, at least pertaining to women in games and movies, it's more often than not about making them into eye candy. What are you looking at? Cards?
Yeah, I'm just looking at cards. I got worried for a second I was buying unique cards. But no, I'm not. At least I don't think I am. I think I'll be okay. We're just gonna buy all the cards. This is not all the cards, though. Maybe he only has, like, a limited selection that he cycles through, because none of these had the spy ability.
See ya.
Okay, so I'm gonna just meditate for an hour. We'll see how this goes.
You're so great, darling.
Where'd he go? Oh, maybe because it got dark. Okay, we'll come back in a little bit. Let's go do something else for a moment. Well, not the most exciting, but we still got a couple of notice boards we haven't done yet. Let's quickly grab the notice boards we haven't grabbed, and that'll populate the map. The one to the far north might be a little hard, but we'll see what I can get to.
Yep. So, have you made a deck?
No.
Or are you making a new deck with your cards?
I will in a bit. The problem is, he only had a limited selection. He should have all of the cards eventually, but it doesn't have all of them right now. And so what I'm going to do is quickly go grab the notice boards, then go back, then make decks, then go beat the Baron. Because... let's see. Wonder you put so much more effort into filling out the map than I ever even attempted. There is something really satisfying for me to clearing out an open world game. I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that I don't play open world games, like, ever. And so when I do get them, it's kind of fun to just,
He likes to find all the nooks and crannies.
Mm-hmm.
Because there might be something hiding there.
You want to read these for a bit?
Okay, so this
I'm
is
going to go get some milk while you do.
Declan Luvarden. Dear customers, wars governed by harsh laws. For almost 2 decades, I've imported the finest Nilfgaardian wares to the north and sold them to you at fantastic prices. Prices so low. And this, I swear, sometimes I made no profit at all. Sadly, renewed conflict between our nations has made the continuation of this trade impossible. I won't be coming this year for the Bellatane Fair? Oh, okay. So you shan't have any Angren lace, Naziri velvet, or that world-famous Ebbing lemon I know that you're all so fond of. Forgive me, good people, and drink to my health. Orchard hands wanted. Wanted. Willing hands for orchard work. Mulching, watering, pruning, that sort of thing. Pay by the hour. Obrocht. P.S. Dwarves and halflings need not apply. For even a ladder they can't reach the highest branches. And every one of them's drunk who whinges enough of 3 full-sized men. Okay, so... we haven't seen any halflings, have we? We've seen dwarves, but not halflings. An ode. To Podgy Bertha's dandy suitors. To runty oar-hands from Mount Carbon. Oh, that must be referring to dwarves. To brew swarthy smiths and coopers and novigraders with dead hard-ons. Wait, what? To Tretto slimy pimps and boozers with perfumed trains of painted tarts. Interesting. To cleavers, clowns, and red-nosed bruisers, kiss my hairy arse, you losers! To weak-eyed slaves of elven riddles, to Oxenfurt dons and tome perusers, slurping seas of Ithleen's drivel, to fart down throats of other muses. Kiss my hairy arse, you losers! And to those ploughing human racists, sodden turds from northern sewers, you runny squirts and hunters' braces, smearing witches with manures. Kiss my hairy arse, you losers. What? This is a weird one. Alright. Handyman at your service. Roof leaking? Doors won't shut? Table all wobbly? Whatever you gets your goat around the house for a moment's fee, or modest fee, I'll fix it up and regale you with the humorous anecdotes while I'm at it. Kubrick Var, handyman. Oh. Dwarf seeking female companionship.
Oh boy.
Wander, put on your seductive dwarf voice. I don't even know what it will sound like, but you better have one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, seductive dwarf voice.
Listen, ladies, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm short, few teeth I still got are yellow, and the bit of hair I've left is shedding fast. I can't tense, ain't much good with words, and the curse of riches don't afflict me. Times I admit I'll burp after a hefty supper. Yet note, they call me Thorin Steelpike, and, not to toot me own horn, but the name fits me and capacities perfectly. Any ladies interested can send their visiting card. I'll show up post-haste, perfumed and with a box of Novigrad's finest chocolates in hand.
So you're saying he isn't really handsome, losing his hair, probably older.
But he's
doesn't
got
have good
one
dental
hell of a
hygiene.
dick.
Isn't rich if he isn't cursed with what? Cursed
He's a
with
dwarf
fortune?
gigolo. That's the answer here.
Uh-huh.
But it's just the last one.
Oh. Dance your worries away. Wait, what is that supposed to be? I don't know about that word.
Come to Cooney the Goose for an evening of dance. We'll have fiddlers and pipers playing waltzes, jigs, bops, boleros, and Redanian struts. So be you blithe and bonny, and come enjoy some hey hey nonny nonny. Okay. Let's grab Brooch. Where the hell? Where are you going? So, by the way...
Yeah, people in chatter have gotten it right. I was reluctant to say that word.
Is it Cunning?
Yeah.
Huh. Fair enough.
I figured that was going to be the goose anatomy.
I was just assuming it would be something like Kuno from Disco Elysium had a character named Kuno, and I'm like, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Ooh,
it's
another
just-
wraith?
It's just a random wraith out here. My fear is this might be a high-level zone.
That might
How
be
you
a
like
high-level
that
wraith.
silver?
But it is a night wraith. And it's definitely haunting this field. People are
Oh,
saying
that's
moon
Quang.
wraith? Yeah, it is glowing eerily.
Could be. Okay, let's see. So we want to put at least a couple in... That's Exploding Shield. We want this one. Oh! Cannot perform this action in combat. That's a shame. Yeah, just stand right there. Thank you. Okay, you. Come into the danger zone. Thank you.
Well then.
So,
Faster.
it looks like my healing is over. The old, like, super hacks speed healing is gone. I'm not entirely sure how busted that was or wasn't. But it means that I can't just heal in combat anymore.
Mm-hmm.
At least not without using potions.
What's this watchtower?
What was that?
What's this watchtower?
Unsure.
7 cats in.
Come on.
Well, I'm hearing the cats.
There's a ton of cats.
Yeah, all
so-
over the place. I'm gonna have you read this one
Wanted.
too. Oh.
Cradle, used but unworn. Need a bow to accompany me to a friend's wedding. Willing to trade a leaky pot for a cart? Who writes these notices? Need a witcher?
Any bloke willing to kill a monster, which it would do.
Monster? What kind?
Big, bad, ugly, squats in the sewers. If you're interested, drop by the Garren estate. Ask for Olgierd von Everek. He's the one ordered this posted.
Okay, rooms to rent.
I'm gonna let you read these. My throat's just kind of sore.
Rooms available to rent at the 7 Cats. We keep them neat and tidy, and when the weather's good, you can see the towers of Novigrad from the windows. Affordable prices. P.S. warning, the inn does get quite loud at times. You skipped one, though.
No, I didn't. I just went back.
Okay. A rune right upon your shores has landed. To my fellows from the world's other bosom, vast seas have I crossed to reach this your most fascinating land, to learn the names of the animals in which it dwell, if the plants the plants in which it grows. I'm not on the ball right now. Vast seas have I crossed to reach this your most fascinating land, to learn the names of the animals which in it dwells, of the plants which in it grow, and most of all you, its folk. Ravenous waves devoured the tools of my art, yet the rune-wright's labor does not with his hands end, for he endlessly strives the world to explore, its mysteries to comprehend. Thus, if you wish to stay a while and converse with a traveler from far-off Ophir, I invite you to my tent, which I have pitched by the mill near the village named Brunwich. Praised be the world and its never-ending creation. Oh, okay. Need a bow to accompany me to a friend's wedding. The matter's a delicate one, so I ask any potential candidates to maintain discretion. My friend's found herself a man, and they're set to be married soon. The problem is, I've no beau of my own to take to her wedding. If any intelligent, amusing, handsome, none too old nor one too young man, owning that at least one decent-looking frock or robe is interested in accompanying me to her wedding ceremony and the feast to follow, I'd be most thoroughly obliged. In exchange, I can offer a few hours of good fun and good conversation with a lass that dances with the best of them. Alcohol will also be provided. A bashful, anonymous, beseeching an escort. P.S. If you're counting on taking me straight from the feast to the alcove, be warned. I'm a graduate of the ladies' self-defense courses put on by the Redanian army. But make a good impression, and I might agree to let you court me properly. Jawsy. Looking to buy a cradle in good repair but cheap for a lass or a lad, no knowing as of yet what the wife will pop. Oh, this is Jawsy. This is a guy.
Looking to buy a cradle in good repair, but cheap for a lass or lad, no knowing as of yet what the wife will pop out. Made of oak, preferably, but pine'll do, long as it's strong and pretty, 'cause the wife don't like cheap-looking stuff. Best if it were painted with flowers. I don't really care much. Would be bare, in fact, and I'll paint it myself. But do that much. Show the woman she didn't marry some good-for-nothing skiver. If you got something like that, I'd gladly buy it. And more gladly take it off your hands for free.
Leave a message with Bodhi. I wonder what this is. Willing to trade a leaky pot for a cart. But that doesn't seem like an even trade at all. Deal of a lifetime. I'm willing to trade my lovely tin pot, painted with cornflowers and lilies, and showing a few holes. True, but that's a plus. Or you can add a few more and... Look at that! You've got a colander! For a cart. Wait, really? A leaky pot is a colander for boiling? Well then. The cart needn't be big, it can even be tiny. In fact, just so that 2, or better 4 people could fit in it, with ample room for bags and sacks, if possible. Could be old, as long as it rides well and has new wheels and strong axles. So actually, probably nothing made longer than a year or 2 ago would do. A year or 2, could you imagine? Contract monster in the sewers. So, this is Olgierd.
You want to do them? I'm just resting my voice for as long as possible, for just a bit.
Let it be known that Olgierd von Everec shall pay a generous reward in gold, jewels, and movable goods, subject to negotiation, to any man who descends into the Oxenfurt sewers and kills the beast which has infested them and taken to murdering the innocent, within a special predilection for young maids. The task is best suited for a battle-hardened individual, a soldier, or possibly a witcher, who will not run at the sight of drowners, for the sewers are chock full of such nuisances. For more information, inquire at the Garen Estate, to the northeast of Novigrad. Ask for Olgierd von Everec.
Thanks. Sorry, my nose was, like, running earlier. And that's just not super comfortable.
So where is this estate?
All the way up here?
And where will we find a baby crib and a cart?
Some of these we don't do. Some of them might just be lore. Some of these we actually, like, find the... So, see how we have all these question marks on the map?
You find...
Those get populated based on us reading these, these notice boards.
Maybe...
And so... That's why I'm so focused on finding and reading them all.
Wonder if the Baron has a spare crib.
Actually,
It'd probably be painted with wonderful flowers.
It's a bit dark. Hey Baron, since you don't have either children anymore, you got a spare crib.
Not so fast, Roach.
That might be a little insensitive, to be honest.
What is?
Asking the Baron for a spare crib?
Oh.
Yeah. Like...
I mean, there is probably an empty one that was intended for Dea. But that would be awfully insensitive. I should have thought of that.
Yeah.
But that was actually why I thought of it. Because they were expecting.
Where are we going? Oh.
Slow now.
Uh-oh. Conflict.
Another one. Run along home with the rest.
Sir, show some mercy. We've not got nowhere to go. For us, it's Novigrad or death.
Had enough of you lot. Sod off, or I'll have you skewered.
Wait, so they want to get to Novigrad?
Yeah.
And who are these? They're the refugees? Who are these? The is this Rovid, whatever his name is? Radovid's men?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think they're the ones in red.
They seem desperate. Let them through. Can't see any harm in it.
Fucking hell. How many times have I got to repeat this? I've orders to turn back anyone who don't show a pass.
Let these people pass.
Yes, sir.
Love having Jedi mind trick powers.
Absolutely.
You got nowhere to go back to. Novigrad. That's a chance of a new life.
Stay off the roads. Liable to run into another patrol.
Shan't be taken like that again. We'll be as careful as hares in a field bared by winter. But you was cast in a different mold than us. More like the hero that lies in the tomb neath Crookback Hills. Tomb's in a cave in a hillside. Down Warren's at the foot of the hill. Folks say treasure inside's a sight to behold. Huge hoard. Might find something that suits you. Good luck.
Wait, so he's telling you to pillage a tomb?
I mean, at this point, tombs are definitely just like loot repositories.
Never mind the fact that they might be haunted by wraiths.
I think that's kind of the point. That, like, I'm actually really curious about how
Come on, Roach.
burial rites even work in this society.
Yeah, considering that they fail so often. I mean, most of the instances in which we found monsters derived from dead people have been instances where they die before their time in accidents, like drownings and such. Or if they were murdered before their wedding day, or, what other things. But I don't know. Yeah, and instances where they aren't buried properly.
Best not cause any trouble here.
Like, I remember
But I could definitely see if someone steals from a tomb, suddenly the whole area would be haunted by someone looking for a lost possession.
I remember we read something. It was a lore bit where they were baffled about how nobody up north cremates corpses, which I think is a very, very valid critique.
Wait, what is?
Are you just not listening to anything I say tonight?
Sorry, I occasionally look over at chat. What did you just say?
There was somebody critiquing the Northerners and how they don't cremate bodies, and how that's causing a lot of issues, and yet nobody seems to be doing anything about it.
Have we? But it seems like everyone around here doesn't cremate either. They still have graveyards.
Well, this is the Northerners.
Oh, these are the Northerners.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're up north.
I just always thought that the Nilfgaardians were even further north.
No, Nilfgaardians are Southerners.
Oh, so Nilf is like lower, like the Nether or the.
I don't think that.
Because I think Guard. It's a compound.
I'm not disambiguating their names because chances are it's only partially. I don't know.
It just
Maybe
sounds.
not.
I think Guard is actually a.
Yeah, but it's not like the Netherlands or
Nilfgaard.
Nordlands or Nordic. Norway? Northway? Anyway.
I mean, Norway is. Literally...
Beekeeper wanted. Apiary counts 20 hives is all too much for one man. Competitive pay. Loot vacuum. Nilfgaardian lessons. Elkazer, Gloyer, Ard Fain Esner. Don't understand what you just read? No wonder. It's a Nilfgaardian. And soon half the world will be speaking this mysterious tongue. So you best start learning it now. And yours truly can help you with that for a very modest fee. Sausage meat for sale. My ass had 2 troughs to choose from. One full of oats and the other full of straw. The stubborn bastard still died of hunger. Body's fresh, fit for making into sausage. Any butcher in need of such, come to the village and ask for Kobe.
1 minute, 1 minute. If he provided that donkey with ample food and it still died of hunger, something else is up with it. It might have an evil tapeworm, but of monstrous proportions.
Could be.
Or it's plagued by some illness that prevents it from eating.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to turn that meat into
So that
sausage.
might actually be like
that
a
would
quest.
poison the whole town.
Gardener wanted, looking for an experienced gardener to work on transitioning my park's design from the Temerian style to Nilfgaardian.
Sorry if I'm getting a little spastic about it, but I'm suspicious of everything posted on this board.
That you
You're
are.
probably going to start gutting the donkey and you're going to have to fight a giant worm that pops out of its belly.
That man wants a crib. Evil demon baby! He betted a hag! Now it'll be a hagling. Ah! Caution, folk, watch out for them vagrants from Valen. For every manjack of them's a thief, a layabout, and a slob and a fool. I took a few on as field hands, but instead of pulling weeds, they dug up bulbs and ate them raw, which of course made them sick as dogs. So, any of that law comes by your place, chase them away with a fat stick. Matron pleaser.
Oh no.
I'll satisfy any woman of mature years, no matter your age, race, or appearance. Whether it's a toss in the hay or a witty conversation you're hankering, I'll deliver. Ladies interested in my company can leave a note with their address on this notice board. Strapping young lad named Odrin comes a-knocking. That's me.
Probably not something that you're going to have to intervene with.
Probably not. Most of these look like
Unless
they're...
the guy ended up missing. Or maybe all the women that he quote-unquote courts or visits end up missing. Then we've got ourselves a bona fide vamp. Wait, but he only goes after the older women. And in this lore, it seemed like the vampires went after young maidens.
No, they just go after anyone. And then drink blood.
No, that was the other one. They said that there were tales of the charming vampires, but...
Yeah, but...
They're saying that that's not what vampires are in the slightest. There aren't varieties of vampires.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to take every banal and benign sounding notice board and I'm going to find a way to make it into some nefarious plot or the actions or I'm going to
There's something suspicious about that goose.
My goose hasn't laid eggs for days.
That's cursed!
Well, actually, no. A goose, I don't know how often they
Kill
lay
it
eggs.
quick,
But
else it poops out a ghoul.
Chickens, however...
Did it lay a golden egg? Murder it quick! Before leprechauns come and steal your eyes!
Slow now. Whoa.
They'll think you stole their pot of gold! They'll steal your socks! And your toes!
Have you ever seen the horrifying... Actually, isn't there a depiction of leprechauns that is outright frightening and horrifying?
All leprechauns are frightening. Small angry men with infinite riches at the end of rainbows? That's witches' work! Which is terrifying!